My marriage is over. I'm leaving. If you had told me a year ago I'd be packing to leave my marriage of 40 years after spending days arguing with my husband that neither JFK or JFK Jr. were about to come back from the dead, I wouldn't have believed you. I wanted to talk to you guys about this subreddit that I found called QAnon Casualties. This subreddit is absolutely wild. It's about people whose family members are really far-right extremists who got sucked into QAnon. Let's read this one. QAnon Casualties. My marriage is over. I'm leaving. If you had told me a year ago I'd be packing to leave my marriage of 40 years after spending days arguing with my husband that neither JFK or JFK Jr. were about to come back from the dead, I wouldn't have believed you. I probably would have laughed. But maybe not. This has been coming, I think. It started when Trump was elected. My husband began saying racist things. See, people immediately began feeling emboldened by Trump. Just little things that he'd slide into the conversation, but given we'd never been a racist family, it was noticed immediately. I think my kids tried to play it off as old age. It probably bought us more time with them. The more alt-right and Q he listened to, the worse it became. I tried so hard to bring him back, to make him the man I married. We were flower children, for goodness sake. Consciousness objectors during Vietnam, deadheads, hippies, and then yuppies. This hateful man couldn't be my husband. My children pulled away first. When he wouldn't get the vaccine, he wasn't allowed to see the grandbabies. That's normal. A lot of families had that problem. When I got it, he threatened me with divorce. Still, I stayed, even when my kids stopped talking to us and my own and his own siblings pulled away. I thought at the time that would wake him up, but he's just doubled down. And this is what happens. I don't want to say older folks, but in this case, it seems like an older folk got pulled into this rabbit hole of QAnon. You start looking at certain Twitter feeds or Facebook. Usually it happens on Facebook. You see a certain Facebook feed. You get pulled into this algorithm and you slowly believe more and more conspiracy theories. And it's sort of like a wall that gets weakened over time. It gets chipped away. So at first, you remain skeptical when you hear something about JFK or JFK Jr. You remain skeptical, but then you hear more and more conspiracy theories. Maybe Hillary Clinton did kill this person. Maybe this did happen. Maybe Trump is being targeted. And then the wall slowly gets chipped away from until eventually you're believing these wild conspiracy theories. But today we had this huge fight, the worst of our marriage, all over JFK/JFK Jr.'s return from the dead. It's just becoming too much. I can't stay with him anymore. My church and pastor are strongly against divorce, and I know I'm going to be ostracized for this, but I can't stay anymore. I'm sorry, I know this is rambling. I'm just sad and alone. No one in our family talks to us anymore. I know when I tell them I'm leaving him, they'll be happy and relieved, but this is a 40-year marriage. I'm just devastated and lost. I don't know. I'm too old to start over. I thought we'd die together. I found this Reddit through a news story. I suppose I just needed to tell those who understand. Wow. Someone said, getting the rest of your family back will be worth losing him. I'm very sorry. You will go through the stages of mourning, but you'll be much happier. It's wild to me that, Pizzagate, Alex Jones, it's just wild to me that QAnon actually pulled families apart. Someone said, I'm so sorry you're going through this. My heart is breaking for you. This is the right place for you to come. So many of us are casualties just like you. This is just, all these people have QAnon people in their lives, people that were pulled away. This person said, I'm so sorry. It was only a 10-year marriage, but it was the same with my soon-to-be ex-husband, so I can relate. I can tell you it's hard as hell and will likely be harder for you than what I went through because of a longer marriage plus church. But your kids and grandkids will be thrilled for you and to get you back. That is very true. This is absolutely awful. Okay, how I lost my husband of 9 years. I just need to get this off my chest. Anyway, I was happily married for 5 years. We were together for 13 years if you include the time we dated. In 2016, he started watching Alex Jones and following all the various conspiracy theories. Over a 4-year period, it escalated from a casual, did you hear that? Did you hear this? To, you've been brainwashed by this or that. That's exactly what I was saying. It slowly escalates over a multi-year period. It's like a wall that gets chipped away. And you slowly get desensitized to conspiracy theories. But that wasn't even the most painful part, this person says. When the BLM protests were happening, he said that people needed to verbally express their concerns and not be violent. I explained that people have expressed their concerns for years, but it seemed as if no one was listening. So he asked me if I've ever experienced anything. For context, I am a black/African-American woman and he is Caucasian. So I told him about the numerous times I have been discriminated against. One story in particular happened while I was in college in 2006. I was told that I was Not allowed into a particular bar because they, quote, didn't want my kind there. I told my husband that barring entry based on race is racist. He said, quote, I hear what you're saying, but where's your proof that this was racist? He then went on to say how he doesn't believe racism exists and that it's all just personal preference. That is wild. Imagine being a black woman married to a man for 9 years and finding out he's a racist, conspiracy theorist, Trump supporter, or even worse, watching him go from an incredibly sweet man to somebody who is a racist conspiracy theorist. I feel so betrayed and heartbroken. Someone in chat said she should have called the cops on the bar, but it's like, if you're a black woman who's already been discriminated against, do you really want to call the cops at that point? Yeah, conspiracy theories take advantage of your base of emotions, and it's a lot of fear-mongering. It's a lot of provocative stuff that it allows you to slowly connect these dots. Like, have you guys ever seen this Always Sunny, and everyone's seen this meme, right? This is the average conspiracy theorist trying to put together all of these different strings of Alex Jones said this, Hillary Clinton said this, oh my God, there was a basement in a pizza shop, it means this. This is like half of MAGA. This is like half of sitting MAGA Congress right now. Half of our Congress members who believe the election was stolen. This is like Ted Cruz. This is Lindsey Graham. This is half of our country right now, and it's wild to me. How I Lost My Husband in 9 Years. We read that one, and that's wild. Someone said, I'm really sorry your spouse didn't believe that you underwent racial discrimination. This one is crazy. QX violently attacked me minutes after the inauguration. This was 4 years ago after Biden was inaugurated. Today, my ex-girlfriend and I were in separate rooms watching the inauguration when she attacked me completely unprompted. I ended it a few weeks ago after putting up with the Q nonsense for months, and I was planning to move out at the end of the month. She has never been abusive in the least before now. Less than 5 minutes after the inauguration, she pounded on the door, didn't wait for a response, and rushed in screaming incoherently. She threw herself at me, scratching at my face so it bled. I'm a foot taller than her, big strong guy, but I was so taken aback that someone who has never been for a moment violent or abusive could suddenly be trying to do me harm. I tried to hold her hands back, but she started kicking, so I pushed her away and ran out the bathroom door. She could have been drunk, number one. Number two, I feel like even if these stories aren't particularly true or these people are stretching, I feel like everybody has a QAnon family. Not everybody has. Everybody has an experience with a right-wing family member, or I feel like these stories have been replicated across the country with QAnon family members, right? It's not totally impossible for this to happen. Someone said, my Q husband went crazy today as well. Like, how many right-wing Republican QAnon people do you think were actually going crazy after Biden's inauguration? This one's funny. Brother-in-law still believes Trump will pardon him. My brother-in-law has been Q crazy since day one. My sister always laughs it off but doesn't believe it. Someone said Q is fringe, but is Q really fringe? I'm pretty sure there was a moment where like 30% of people in the Republican Party believed certain QAnon conspiracy theories. That is millions and millions of people. That means millions and millions of people in the US believe these QAnon conspiracy theories. My brother has been Q crazy since day one. My sister always laughs it off, doesn't believe it. Cut to January 6th. Brother-in-law storms the Capitol, posts about it all over the internet, and surprise, surprise, was arrested. Sister believes. Mike Lindell just announced Trump should put him in charge of Homeland Security. Thank you for the dono, Crystal. That is the worst idea I've heard in my life. That is the worst idea I've heard in my life. Mike Lindell literally couldn't run a hot dog stand. Sister believes he's innocent, and the police opened the doors for him to come in and told him he wouldn't get in trouble because he went in because it was, quote, the people's house. They always say that. That's what the brother-in-law told my sister. Anyways, brother-in-law posted bail. I spoke to him and my sister on FaceTime last week. I asked if he was nervous about his trial, to which he replied, no, because President Trump is going to pardon me. These people are crazy. I told him that's impossible since firstly, he isn't the president anymore, and secondly, he didn't even pardon anyone from the riots in his last days as president. But of course, my brother-in-law is on the March 4th train and fully believes Trump is going to pardon him and everyone else from that day as his first executive order. So they thought that people were going to, yeah. Mike Lindell is a type of dude. Mike Lindell and Rudy Giuliani are the type of dudes to steal your wallet at a house party and then help you look for it for an hour. Oh man, we'll help you find your wallet, even though they're the ones that stole it. You guys have seen this one, right? Man thinks he's going to be arrested, so he prays to Donald Trump. Come on, man.
Donald Trump, if you can hear us, please, Donald Trump, please save me. Please save me, Donald Trump, please. I'm asking you. Please save me. Please save me.
Thank
please
you,
get
Donnie.
these people away from me. dear God's name, please stop these prayers.
There's cops outside about to like break down his window. Look, there's a cop right there. I think they break his window right after this. This guy is absolutely nuts. He prays to Donald Trump. Please, please, Tom Cruise, come save me. My favorite celebrity. My brother-in-law thinks that, what did it say? Is on the March 4th train and fully believes Trump will be back in office. That is wild. Yeah, he's praying to Donald Trump after a police chase. He thinks that Donald Trump is going to descend from the skies in Air Force One and like part the sea like Moses, be like, move away, police officers. And then he just takes that guy who's in the middle of a mental breakdown onto Trump Force One. That's what this guy thought was going to happen. It's pretty sad that Donald Trump has conned all these people. Someone in the comments of this said, he will pardon your brother after he shows us his tax returns, shows us who he owes $400 million to, and his healthcare plan. So any minute now. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick stream tonight. I'm going to end it here. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for everyone who was here for the stream. If you're still here, the best thing you can do to support me is to go check out the Adam Mockler subreddit. We're trying to create some actual good political discussion in the subreddit. Someone made a really good post about a book. We'll read about that on stream tomorrow. Read the book, The Boy Who Dared. This one got a good amount of upvotes, and people were just chatting about this book and how it relates to Project 2025. A lot of amazing posts. A lot of amazing posts in this subreddit. Go join if you use subreddit a lot. Also, everybody have a great day, and I'll see you soon.